Hey traders, checking in on the cryptocurrency space. Excitement is building as all-time highs are potentially on the table for Bitcoin this weekend. We have our mining stocks that we looked at last video breaking out with cup and handle patterns confirmed. Let's go over the history of how these cycles play out and go over a bit of a game plan on the charts. So we'll start it off with the miners. We have not covered them much, but yesterday, no, it was actually Wednesday, pattern was too good to pass up. Just a cup and handle. Inability to break the right side of resistance, bull flag, and we covered it Wednesday. And the breakout is going on in a big way. Big volume. Double the 20-day average volume. Cup and handle breakout. Next resistance level is 50.98. And the crypto stocks are heating up and all closing strong, anticipating a bullish weekend for Bitcoin. HUT is another one. Cup and handle breaking out. We know Riot is way weaker, not even at the high of the week. It's night and day difference. If you're looking bearish in the sector, look at Riot. If you're looking bullish, look at the names that are stronger. That's the way that I trade looking at sectors. There's weaker names for one direction, stronger names for the other direction. So when Bitcoin looks like it's potentially topping out from its all-time high run, if we do get all-time highs, which are certainly likely at this point, I'll be looking at Riot as a bearish play. But the Bitcoin bulls, again, as I talked about in the recent video, it reminds me of all-time high conditions already. And that's just because of the aggressive dip buying on short-term oversold conditions. And you can see the 5-minute RSI just kisses 30. That's the best time to buy, and we get another leg up. That's happened multiple times now. It can go under 30. It did down here. Well, that was when we got hourly oversold conditions. So hourly oversold, and since that happened, it's now been 5-minute bounces every single time we get close. And right now with the current setup, it's a potential hourly bull flag. But if we drop down to 5-minute oversold conditions, we're going to be looking for an hourly higher low. We're going to be looking for hourly EMA 12. And it's just a very high probability trade setup in this market environment. And again, back in 2017, I told my friends that know nothing about trading, when the RSI is under 30 on the 5-minute time frame, you buy. And that just worked for months and months and months. So the question is going to be, how much upside can we get? Is this going to be a sell the news event? We keep getting breadcrumbs that it's more and more likely that an ETF is coming. Monday is when we'll get the actual event, potentially, to sell, if it is a sell the news event. So Bitcoin is currently about 7% from all-time highs. Yes, things are extended, but we know RSI means a whole lot less when we're talking all-time highs. So I'm going to be watching the 4-hour uptrend as my guide, because we've been forming 4-hour higher lows ever since our hourly oversold bounce, which happened last. And you need to determine a couple of things. Number one, when are you going to sell? Have that determined in advance. Some people are holding as long as there's a weekly uptrend. Some people are holding as long as there's a 4-hour uptrend. It all depends on how aggressive or conservative you want to be with your position. Do you want to give it a long leash to let it run? Do you want to lock in gains? Some people are looking towards 100,000. Just keep in mind, everybody's looking towards 100,000, and that in itself could be a potential little temporary climax. But the way we usually see these cycles play out, Bitcoin runs first and gets the attention and the dominance, then it tops out and it drops hard. And a pullback of range of maybe 10 to 20% is established on the daily time frame. And then you have solid bounces, whether it's first hourly oversold or first 4-hour oversold conditions. And then you have a range that's established, and we trade within that range sideways for a while. And during that point in time, the funds all go to the bigger altcoins like Ethereum. Ethereum is poised for an all-time high run, which we'll look at in just a second. So my game plan is look for the Bitcoin bull move. I've got my monthly positions. I've got the positions that I want to be swing positions, and I'm looking for day trading opportunities on the way up for just these 5-minute oversold conditions to keep stacking away little gains while the bigger picture gets the bigger gains. But what I'm looking to do is, if we see a clear and obvious top being set on Bitcoin, I'm going to be looking to buy Ethereum on that drop. I'll be watching Bitcoin. So say we're watching Bitcoin, 4-hour oversold conditions or hourly, whichever it is, I will be entering Ethereum when Bitcoin hits those things, hits those levels, because I will then be looking for Ethereum to take its turn to break out to all-time highs and head up towards 5,000. And then from there, we see the mid coins. get some love, whether it's Link or whether it's OMG, whoever it is, and then we see the microcap. So it's a ripple effect. It starts with Big Daddy, goes to the major altcoins, and then it ripples on out. Because when there's euphoria, everybody's just throwing money around. This one's running next. Now this one's running next. And focusing on Bitcoin for now. But once that temporary top is hit, then I focus on altcoins. So uptrend for Bitcoin on all time frames. The dominance chart, daily continuation. We're watching weekly resistance of 48.92. Not a resistance level, but that's the highest level that we've seen here. And watching closely to see if the dominance chart can blow through that. And then we would zoom out bigger picture. And what we would want to see as alt bulls is not a ton of follow through and then a pullback and a big drop. But again, not until Bitcoin gets its run here. And I want Bitcoin 70,000 plus if I'm calling it a convincing bull break. Doesn't have to happen this weekend. And keep in mind, to sell the news reaction to the ETF being approved next week could just mean we look for a daily high or low, an hourly oversold bounce, and then we keep a daily uptrend going as hype continues. The S&P 500, I laid out with the Chart Guys chat room, what is my ideal scenario for crypto euphoria? It was the S&P 500 confirming a daily trend change and being a monthly bull flag. Daily trend change confirmed. It is a monthly bull flag at this point in time. We want everything at all-time highs. We want euphoria mode everywhere again. We want money to be growing on trees and everybody throwing it at the wall to try and find the next thing that's going to run. So we're getting the broader market confidence back. We want to see every ETF possible approved. We want to see CNBC coverage and a ton of headlines. We want to see it's trending on Twitter already, all the different hashtags. So far, so good. It's looking pretty good. And I will be watching for when we top out to potentially have another funnel play into the USMJ sector, which worked so well in 2018 with Canadian MJ, but we're not even going to talk about that yet. Ethereum. So Ethereum daily breakout of the double top of 36.76, and that's the thing, we can go up as Bitcoin is breaking out. We're just going up slower. So we're looking at 40.30, and then the all-time high, well, 40.30, 41.78, and then the all-time high, 43.84. And again, this weekly chart is just, oh, it looks good. As long as Bitcoin doesn't double top at the all-time high and fall apart, then this chart looks really good. Just nice tightening, longer-term time frames, looking for new price discovery mode. And it's just a question of how do we get there, and can we get there without a weekly rejection from 40.30. ETH BTC, daily lower high, potentially shaping up here, and we will need a daily trend change if we're going to have confidence that our 2-week higher low is forming. Best case scenario would be to maintain this support and continue tightening up here, and then when it's Ethereum's turn for all-time high euphoria, seeing this pattern break bull. It's a lot to think about. You can write it down, establish that game plan. Again, the last thing you want to be doing is establishing your game plan when your emotions are their highest. People aren't posting on my social media about crypto yet. That'll be coming. The last post I made was at 30,000 saying now's the time when you want to buy when nobody's talking about crypto. So Sol we're watching. Sol is set up for a nice breakout as well. Again, as long as all things go according to plan as far as euphoria and continuation of bull breaks, then Sol is a nice tightening weekly range coming off the all-time high and potentially looking for more. We need a daily trend change back to the bulls for the weekly higher low to be set. So if we reject from 178, we'll need the higher low and higher high. And again, when it's time that altcoins get their turn, this is one of the top names to be watching. Along with Ethereum, anything that is in close proximity to all-time highs gets extra attention. Sol BTC is still weak. We have to see that change. But again, not anticipating that to change notably anytime soon, as long as Bitcoin is stealing the show. SHIB, we went over it last video looking at a short, and it broke there and got a lot of follow through. And we liked it because it was an inside bar on the US dollar and the BTC pairing. We ended up with a 15% pullback and then a nice bounce off of daily EMA 12. Didn't quite get to 4-hour oversold conditions. We got fairly close, but it was hourly RSI getting beat up that led to a solid bounce. So again, just great volatility in both directions and still a daily uptrend. And now we're going to watch for a 12-hour lower high. Nah, I don't like the 12-hour. We're going to watch for the potential of a daily lower high, anything under 3.2. So just looking for things to tighten up and essentially viewing this as the range. So it's not your picture perfect equilibrium, but watching for something like that. And SHIB BTC, same pattern. So both inside bars breaking bear at the same time gave confidence. Bounce is less developed on the BTC pairing. So congrats to the bulls. Let's see if we can pull it off. Whoa, just missed some action. Good Lord. It's getting feisty. Bears will play defense, which is why we need follow through. We need to run them over and force them to cover. A lot of people are going to be looking at their phones this weekend. All right, don't forget to do good things. Appreciate you watching. Hopefully we'll be playing that all-time highs video soon.